Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. A little rain out there, about 12 drops.
A little dreary.
I think to the east is a lot more rain than we're getting, but
we'll take every drop we can get at this point.
We'll get to the weather in just a minute, but first, topping our news, our former president is facing federal charges. We'll tell you about this historic arraignment of Donald Trump and how his presidential bid moves forward.
The search continues near Devil's Lake State Park today for a missing teenage boy.
And changes may be coming to the way that breweries do their business. Well, Will Keneally tells us more. Taking a look outside, not a whole lot of rain in Dane County, but we'll take whatever we can get. Showers end, 80s return. Greg's in the backyard, not raining here.
Yeah, if I got a little bit of that liquid gold, you could say, pouring on me right now, but not too much, as we saw. We're going to see more of those showers continue, but they are going to start tapering off. Big picture shows, like Mark said, most of it is to the east and has been for today. As we zoom in, we got kind of one last really band that kind of stretches all the way almost to Lone Rock. So maybe areas far southwest Wisconsin may see a little bit of this, but once again, most of it will be to the east. And if we look at the last 12 hours, stuff that was in southwest Wisconsin was more earlier today or last night, 1/10 of an inch, and then you go further east of Madison up to a half, and then up towards Green Bay almost a half to an inch. So once again, those areas received it, west did not. Cloud cover has been less to the southwest. They've seen breaks in the clouds this afternoon. We're starting to see a little bit of sun here poke out, but not too much. That kind of reflects in the temperatures where they're in the upper 70s near 80 in southwest Wisconsin, and much cooler as you go mid to upper 70s south central. And then if you go further east, they struggled to get out of the 50s today with the more occasional to temporary light rain they've had. So planning your evening, we'll have the light rain through probably about 6 to 8 p.m. I think then you'll start seeing it taper off. We'll see clearing skies later, but temperatures pretty much holding steady in the mid to upper 60s. Tonight, temperatures should get down to the mid 50s or upper 50s, depending on where you're at. And then as we look at something tomorrow to keep in mind of, something that up to the west, that kind of that milky phase that kind of looks greenish on the screen, that is some of the smoke that we might be seeing. We'll kind of break down what to expect with maybe some of the smoke tomorrow, when this rain may last, and the warm head today, and how that Father's Day forecast looks like. All that a bit later in the broadcast.
Oh, a lot coming up, Greg. We'll see you in a few minutes. Former president and 2024 GOP candidate Donald Trump was arraigned today on dozens of charges related to the handling of government documents.
Chelsea Jones has the latest from Miami.
Miami police officers met demonstrators outside the federal courthouse where former President Donald Trump appeared for his arraignment on felony charges.
We love Trump! We love Trump!
Supporters and protesters brought their opinions of the case.
This whole country has been brainwashed.
Sad day in America. It's surreal. Can't believe it.
Inside the courthouse, the former president pleaded not guilty all 37 counts. He is accused of illegally retaining classified documents, storing them at his Mar-a-Lago home, and conspiring to hide them from the government after it subpoenaed him to get them back.
What we are witnessing today is the blatant and unapologetic weaponization of the criminal justice system.
While this is one of several investigations into Trump, this is the first time the Justice Department has brought charges against a former president. In announcing the indictment Friday, Special Counsel Jack Smith maintained the case is not politically motivated.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Trump, who is the current frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination, has seen his poll numbers go up since his indictment. Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
And Trump plans to head back to his New Jersey golf club to rally with supporters and meet with campaign donors tonight. Back here in Wisconsin, lawmakers at the state capitol are considering significant changes to how the state regulates alcohol sales.
It comes after a few years of trying but failing to overhaul the state's alcohol regulation. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more. Will?
It's a regulatory structure that harkens back to right after Prohibition. So you can either brew beer, you can distribute it, or you can sell it to retail customers, but you can't do all three. But some changes to that regulatory structure could help out a major Wisconsin industry.
In America, there has to be separate ownership between wholesalers, the distributors, and then the retail. And that's important because if that didn't exist, there wouldn't be the craft industry that we enjoy here in America today. And this kind of industry doesn't exist in other parts of the world.
The New Glarus Brewing Company founder there says that a bill that got a hearing today could help clean up and fix the current three-tiered structure. And we'll hear more from the bill's authors coming up tonight at 5.
Well, thank you. We'll see you then. Authorities in Sauk County continue to search for a missing teenage boy who's believed to be in a rural area near Devil's Lake State Park. 13-year-old James Yablonsky reportedly left his family home overnight in a family vehicle. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office said a deputy found the vehicle along U.S. Highway 12 near the park. Thanks to a location data from Yablonsky's cell phone, the Sheriff's Office said it found a makeshift campsite containing property believed to belong to him.
A state law enforcement agent who investigators determined shot at a man during an attempted arrest on Madison's east side last year will be allowed to possess a gun for training purposes. 39-year-old Division of Criminal Investigation agent Mark Wagner is charged with 1 count of second-degree recklessly endangering safety in connection with the shooting of Quadrin Wilson, who was wanted for various drug charges. Court documents claim Wagner shot at Wilson twice during a traffic stop in February of 2022.
The suspect accused of firebombing an anti-abortion office in Madison has filed a motion to dismiss a federal arson charge against him. An attorney for Hirindu Roy Chaudhry filed a motion earlier this month saying the federal arson statute that he is accused of breaking is unconstitutional. He was arrested this March, months after the Wisconsin Family Action Office on Madison's east side was hit with a firebomb attack. His attorney also filed a motion to suppress any evidence found in a search warrant of his home as well as his cell phone.
A townhome and multiple vehicles were hit by bullets late yesterday morning. Multiple people reported hearing gunshots just before noon yesterday in the 2200 block of High Ridge Trail. When officers got to the scene, they found a townhome had been hit while the residents were on the patio. 3 vehicles, all unoccupied, were also hit. Officers detained a man who they believe was involved in the incident. His name has not been released.
There is no timeline for when a collapsed section of I-95 in Philadelphia will be open to traffic again. Part of the elevated highway crumbled Sunday after a tanker truck caught fire underneath it. The driver of the truck was killed. With demolition work underway before the rebuild begins, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg toured the damage today. He promised federal assistance to rebuild and reopen a major artery that normally carries about 160,000 vehicles a day.
We're going to continue to be here every step of the way for as long as it takes, with both financial backing and any other technical support that's needed.
Local officials are expected to announce a rebuild plan as soon as tomorrow. In the meantime, they've added extra service to commuter rail lines in the area.
Police in Denver say they have 2 suspects in custody on weapons charges after 10 people were wounded last night in a shooting. It happened in an area where basketball fans had been celebrating the Denver Nuggets' first ever NBA title. Surveillance video shows the chaos as shots erupted after midnight, just as a crowd of fans was leaving the downtown celebration. Police say 5 guns were recovered along with fentanyl pills. Denver's police chief insists they had plenty of officers in the area.
What we couldn't have planned for is a drug deal right in the middle of a celebration for an NBA championship. Our strong belief is that this was completely unassociated to the celebration.
Police say none of the wounded patients have life-threatening injuries. They believe 5 or 6 of them were innocent bystanders.
Surgery at UW Health saved a Waupun baby's life at birth through an advanced medical procedure. This is how baby Layla Manderly looked when she was born on February 1st. A 17-centimeter benign tumor blocked her ability to breathe. This meant a surgical team had to carefully perform a surgery in under 30 minutes to keep everyone involved safe. It was a high-risk procedure for the baby's mother.
I just didn't think about things other than her because she is what was important. And as a mother, you do what you have to for your kids. So if that meant putting my life on line, then that's what I had to do.
UW Health is the only place in the state where this specific kind of surgery is performed. Today, baby Layla is happy and healthy. Her parents and doctors joke about what trouble baby Layla's teenage years will bring. If this all happened in just the first few minutes of her life.
Oh, medical miracle.
It really is. Well, still to come at 4, a new report shines light on the growing mental health crisis in teenagers.
We'll find out what's going on and the warning signs to look for in your children. UW Health psychologist Dr. Shyla Mergain will join us when Live at 4 continues.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
New Dove Men Body Wash gives you 24 hours of nourishing micro moisture. That means your skin still feels healthy and smooth now, and now too. Get healthier, smoother feeling skin all day.
Sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, you don't do enough for yourself or your mouth. But eventually it will remind you. When it does, Aspen Dental is here for you. We offer the custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby. So we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life, affordably. New patients without insurance can get a complete exam and x-rays for $29 and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
The day you get your Clear Choice dental implants makes every day a let's dig in day, a chow down day, a take a big bite day, a perfectly delicious day, a love my new teeth day. Because your Clear Choice day is the day everything is back on the menu. A Clear Choice day changes every day. Schedule a free consultation.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Gloria's Mexican Restaurant and Tequila Bar for Best Mexican Southwestern. Vote for all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Electric vehicles may help the environment, but they come with a hidden danger.
They typically weigh a lot more than gas-powered vehicles because of the batteries. The batteries can increase the danger for pedestrians and other drivers in the event of a crash. In his Future of Cars series, CBS News' Chris Van Cleve looks at safety data and technology used to reduce the crash risks for EVs.
Electric vehicles, they're way heavier than gas-powered cars. Does that present challenges for safety?
I think it does present significant challenges for safety, and it's something that no one is looking at.
Stay tuned immediately following News 3 Now at 5 for the CBS Evening News to see what other effects heavier EVs are having. Well, singer Taylor Swift is, whether you're a fan or not, is much more than a talented musician.
That she is, and she's also an economic powerhouse. According to research company Question Pro, her Eras tour is on track to generate $4.6 billion. That's with a B. And that's not just ticket sales, it's spending on all sorts of things to see the shows. Last weekend in Chicago booked a record number of hotel rooms as fans flocked to the city for Swift's concerts. Of course, all those people also ate at restaurants and contributed to the local economy in various ways. The average Taylor Swift ticket holder spends more than $1,300. Now, that includes the ticket price, but also travel, clothing, and other expenses.
Good news for shoppers. A new government report shows inflation continues to improve. Prices at the pump ticked up a few cents in the past week, but look like a deal compared to this time last year. AAA says on average we're paying $1.42 for $1.42 less for a gallon. The drop in energy costs is a big reason why inflation continues to ease. Overall, prices rose just 4% in May, which is way down from last June when price hikes hit a peak of 9.1%. There's also less sticker shock at the grocery store. Prices are still rising, but some staples are falling. Bacon is down nearly 10%. Eggs plummeted almost 14% in just 1 month.
And that was the largest drop in egg prices since 1951.
Now, the new data comes as the Federal Reserve is considering its latest move on interest rates. The board has increased rates 10 times since March of last year in an attempt to slow inflation. The Fed will reveal its decision tomorrow, and experts believe interest rates could stay unchanged in the coming months as long as inflation continues to weaken.
And that was welcome news to investors on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials gained 145 points, the Nasdaq adding 111, and the S&P 500 was up 30 points. Well, a recent CDC report revealed troubling statistics about the growing mental health crisis among teenagers.
It showed a startling 60% of U.S. girls reported persistent sadness and hopelessness. Rates are up in boys as well, but about half as many are affected.
What are the warning signs that parents need to know? UW Health distinguished psychologist Dr. Shyla Mergain is here. Welcome back.
Hi, Shyla. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
So what are the warning signs that parents should be looking for?
So this is a topic near and dear to my heart with a young daughter at home, and knowing that over half of teen girls are going to struggle significantly emotionally. So we're looking for having irritability or short temper, a sudden drop in grades. Also sleep and appetite disturbance is another one. And then social isolation. They're staying in their room, they're not wanting to be with their friends, and they're keeping to themselves.
The study pointed out that social media appears to be a big factor in the way our youth feel about themselves. And it's a hard thing as a parent to try to limit your child's social media, but it's important to do that.
Absolutely. And even sharing some of the data with your teen girls can be powerful. I know a friend of mine did this and helped her kids really limit social media, that they show in just even a few minutes of teen girls looking at social media, something starts to happen, which is social comparison. And as a result, they feel less than. And there is significantly lower body image and anxiety and depression, again, just after even a few minutes of looking at social media. Now, there are many benefits to social media, but we want to moderate it and make sure we're consuming it productively. And parents can have great conversations with their girls about that.
And people tend to post just good things, all the good things in their life, nothing
everything
bad.
looks like perfection.
Absolutely.
Right, and photoshopped images with filters, and it's not reality.
So you're talking about something called emotional regulation. What does that mean?
Well, distress is going to happen. It's part of life, but parents can really meet the storm that is going on with their child with some calm. So really being present and teach your child some emotion regulation strategies. So if a child's coming home upset, you can have them get out and move. You know, sports are great, but even just taking a walk around the block. Help them journal about it. Getting their thoughts out on the paper can be helpful, or just be around to listen. Listen, listen, listen. So I know sometimes people will go for a drive with their child after school, having an errand so they can listen, or just being around so they can hear what's going on for your child. And again, vent it instead of internalize it. Vent it. I always say name it to tame it. So.
Oh, that's a great thing to remember. And you'd say there are two key things that teenagers really need to have good mental health. What is that?
Absolutely. So the first thing is girls tend to internalize. Boys often stereotypically externalize. They act out, but girls tend to be really hard on themselves. So just be a supportive affirming, present. Notice what's right about your teen and make sure you're really highlighting that. So that's, and then just the second thing is just to be a positive role model. So again, make sure you're regulated. Maybe monitor how you're on social media.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and just be that encourager for your child.
And don't take it personally.
That is such a great point, right? Kids and teens are going to say things and do things that can hurt, but it's just a phase, and so not take it personally. And you can be the adult, being that positive role model and connecting with your child, saying, oh, yeah, that kind of stung, but I love you, and what's going on, I'm concerned. And certainly getting your teenagers help if they need it, whether it's professional help. There is a suicide hotline, 988, that you can call to get instant help if your child's really struggling with suicidal ideation.
And that's a new line, 988. You know, teenagers, for our years, were rough enough without social media.
I say that all the time. I can't imagine how difficult it would be to
Good
go through high
information,
school
child.
today. Yeah.
Thanks for being with us today.
It's a pleasure.
Bring her next time.
I will soon.
How old is she now?
She's 15 months. So in a little bit, we'll bring her on.
Oh, great, Shiley. Great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, you don't need to tell fans of the K-pop group BTS why today, June 13th, is so important.
It is the day 10 years ago that the Korean boy band first hit the stage. Fans around the world are in South Korea to celebrate. We'll have that story coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
Do you suffer from GERD? Join Stoughton Health to learn how the minimally invasive LINX procedure may benefit you. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 22nd. Visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events to register.
Find your inspiration with Wisconsin Vision. About our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
At Revamp, we transform your old beat-up concrete floor from this to this in one day. We grind down the concrete to open up the pores for a perfect bond. Then we repair all cracks and apply our base coat and chip and seal it with our polyaspartic top coat that will never chip, peel, or discolor. On top of all that, our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty. And right now, when you purchase your new concrete coating from any of our Revamp brands, you'll get 12 months, no interest, no payments, or 40% off the installation. And when you call during this program, you'll also get up to 10 carbon fiber concrete stitches free, which help reinforce cracks and stop them from spreading. A $350 value for free.
South Central Wisconsin homeowners, pick up the phone. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
Experience Madison like an insider with tips and tricks from Madison Magazine. Explore secret hangouts and scenic gems. Uncover hidden history. Score off-menu favorites and more. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 15th. Visit orthoteam.com and click on Events to register.
Well, take a look at this. Boaters got more than they bargained for during a sunny day on the water when a group of hammerhead sharks showed up near Orange Beach in Alabama. Apparently, the threat of getting eaten alive, not enough to scare Paul Hubble, who tempted fate, waded into the surf for a once-in-a-lifetime close-up look at the creatures. Hubble says the sharks swam near the boats for about 10 minutes before heading back out to sea.
Look at the water there. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That looks like Destin, Florida type of water.
I don't know if hammerheads are dangerous to people.
I don't think so.
They're a shark, they're a shark.
It's a shark. Stay away. All right, rain kind of stayed away from us at least.
Some areas, unfortunately, where we need it in southwest Wisconsin more than probably southeast Wisconsin, yeah, we didn't get a lot of it, unfortunately, so we don't have much going on. Good news, if you didn't like the rain, the sun's coming back tomorrow, so more conditions will be good. And then Father's Day so far doesn't look too bad.
Great.
Not hot, maybe some showers.
So that yellow grass will look nice in the sun.
It looks pretty right now. Yeah. So we'll break all that down and then some after the break.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
You got me.
Okay, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Waunakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
Looking to bring life to your Wisconsin Dells getaway? Bring your family, bring your friends, bring an extra suit, and bring on the water parks. It's time to bring out your best. Your best driving, your best sliding. Hey, your best friend just passed you up. Ready to play? Bring your A game. Ready to eat? Bring your appetite. Ready to bring it to the next level? Let's bring it all together. Summer in Wisconsin Dells. Bring it on. Go to WISC-TV.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 24th and 25th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 24th and 25th in Spring Green.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, if we look at the precipitation, now this doesn't include what we had today, but we're not really going to add a lot to it, to the airport. But if you look at the monthly totals so far, we're running about a little bit under for the months, also about 1.25 inches. And then if we look at the yearly total, we're still running about 2 3/4 inches. So unfortunately, we still have deficits, and these deficits get worse as you go further to the west. But further to the east, they did pick up some precipitation. They had precipitation, if I can get that out there. Overall, if you look at the next 5 days for rainfall, we're not expecting much after today. Really, the light shade is like 1/10 inch to maybe darker green. You're going to get maybe 1/2 inch. This will be in the rain chance that we have for Saturday into Sunday. Some of the areas, this is still left over from today. So that's what they'll see up there too. So overall, a lot of the precipitation, and I'll show later, is really going to be in Iowa where they could use it too, and then southern Illinois with the systems that come this weekend. So Fortunately, good news for them, not really great news for us. So if you look at it, we have a wet evening for some. Thunderstorms, as I mentioned, for Saturday into Sunday. That's not a great chance, definitely not a washout. And then it looks dry next week. Maybe some rain chances coming in towards the end of the week. Temperatures, on the other hand, cool this evening, but then we're going to have warmer conditions, probably more seasonal through about Father's Day weekend. It doesn't look to be hot. We might see more warm to maybe hot conditions towards the middle of next week, but we seem to be doing that every week, kind of pushing that further back. So not seeing much on there. Big picture wise, the influences of that low still overhead, but by the time we come to Wednesday, we're going to watch a little bit of a system. You can see it kind of dive south, provide maybe a shower or storm come Wednesday late or maybe Wednesday night. Once again, very slight chance with that. But you notice all the system out to the west stays out there. We get this northeast flow through at least Wednesday. That should keep us cool, not too hot, but overall we'll stay fairly dry. Big picture, you show that band is kind of stretched all the way over to Lone Rock, but it's going to start falling apart this evening once it pushes south about 6 p.m. So we'll see light showers here. By the time we get past 7:38, most of the showers or light rain will start ending. Temperatures will slowly fall off this evening as we get later in the night. And you start seeing some of the clearing skies too. We'll start seeing that poke up from the north as we get into the low 60s. As you wake up tomorrow morning, we'll see probably partly sunny skies. Most of the cloud cover will be to the east, in the 50s for most areas. And then by the afternoon, we'll see a little bit more cloud development, but I think that'll be further east of Madison in the afternoon hours. But watch the temperatures get up to around 80 with a little bit of cloud cover Madison, but southwest Wisconsin, you can see mid to upper 80s, which will have a little bit clearer skies. A lot of this shower activity depicted here probably will not reach the ground. We'll just see mainly some pop-up cloud cover in the afternoon. Once we go to Wednesday night, this may provide an opportunity too. The one thing we got to keep note tomorrow, looks like we're going to have a little bit more smoke being pulled north. This is a loft, so kind of hazy skies. I don't know if we'll see it at the surface, but we may see increased haziness through tomorrow, and that may extend into Thursday. Now, the system we talked about for Saturday, Sunday is going to make its way across the plain state, but watch as it goes across, it kind of falls apart and almost like splits as it gets closer. So this is Saturday. It really starts falling apart and heading south, and through Sunday, just a little bit hint of maybe a shower or storm, but the system is not really that strong going through the weekend. You can see the areas that I mentioned before will probably get better shot of precipitation to the weekend. So the Father's Day forecast doesn't look overall too bad. Unfortunately, we could use the rain. As you look at the temperatures, pretty much right around average through most of the weekend. Then we go into next week, we'll probably start climbing back up to the mid to upper 80s, maybe touching 90, but every time it seems like we might warm up, that heat kind of stays right to our west, and we kind of keep under that northeast flow. So we'll see if that actually materializes or not, but unfortunately there's no significant rain to be expected.
I don't care if we don't hit 90.
I don't know. Trust me, I'd prefer like 70, but you know,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're getting to the normal of where it's going to be the hottest time of the year.
It's summer. It's summertime.
Yep.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
A surprising new study shows that wolves can fish.
Researchers in northern Minnesota began studying wolves' behavior in 2017, and what they found is that fish are likely a widespread source of food for the predators. 6 out of the last 7 summers, wildlife cameras have been set up by the Voyageurs Wolf Project, and they've captured the wolves catching fish. The team recently published a paper about it, and they concluded that wolves in other states and in Canada are likely fishing as well, and it's likely helping them get through a slow time of year when other food sources are harder to come by.
We think that wolves are fishing on average about 20 days of the year. They seem to be really keying into the spring spawning season.
The team also recently captured video of wolves and their pups eating wild blueberries, which suggests that between the blueberries and the fish in emergency situations, wolves can find unique sources of food in order to survive. Researchers found wolves fish at night from April to June, and that's when millions of fish swim upstream to lay eggs, making them easier prey.
Interesting.
Fascinating, very
It is.
interesting, yeah.
Blueberries and fish sounds good.
Sounds delicious.
Well, June 13th marks the 10th anniversary of the debut of the mega K-pop band BTS, and fans from all over the world are arriving in Seoul to celebrate the occasion.
Paula Hancock reports.
This is the first the world saw of BTS. No More Dream released 10 years ago this week. Alongside backstage footage of 7 young men who could sing and dance, but few could have imagined the global stardom that would follow. From being the first K-pop group to debut at #1 on the Billboard album chart, to securing the most weeks at the top spot of any artist, beating out Taylor Swift with 46 weeks at #1. International fans have been arriving in Seoul over recent weeks for 10th anniversary BTS tours, visiting anywhere the band has made famous.
We waited for this moment for years and now it's finally happening.
A group of fans from the United States are flying in from different states for their pilgrimage, a trip 7 months in the planning.
We want to just, eat the food that they've eaten. They must have really good taste and just be in places where they've been, music video shooting, just to breathe the same air that they breathe.
Top of the tour list, a bus stop on the East Coast where the band shot its album cover, You Never Walk Alone. A regular stop for fans who refer to themselves as the Army, as well as the band's old home that's turned into a cafe and this building where the band's agency used to be. We caught up with 2 fans in Seoul who travelled all the way from Scotland, undergraduate students who consider this to be the first of many BTS-related trips to South Korea.
It's emotional. It's very you're happy, but it's very oh my God, this is real.
They attribute the band's longevity to the serious messages they portray in their lyrics, topics they can relate to.
Their mental health talk is unique to them. Honestly, I know new bands are trying to do that, but BTS have done it in a way they haven't before.
With 2 of the 7 members currently serving mandatory military service here in South Korea, and the remainder to follow soon, the group's record label Big Hit reportedly says they could reconvene by 2025. Every member has also had success with a solo career so far.
커리어의 전환점으로 삼자라는 얘기는 굉장히 오래전부터 준비가 되어 있습니다. 사실 굉장히 긴 시간을 터프하게 달려왔기 때문에 그들에게 휴식 기간이 필요한 것도 맞고.
BTS is marking its 10 years with a new single, a new book and a festival by the river. Some fans are celebrating with a pilgrimage of anything their idols visited or touched or even ate. Paula Hancock's CNN Seoul.
BTS.
Yeah, I asked you what it stands
it's
for.
3 words in Korean. Translated, it's Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
Really? Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, that's would you go all the way to Korea for a concert?
No, I've never heard them.
That's a true fan. Well, you said they sold more than Taylor Swift. Is that true?
More records, yeah.
Wow. We got to get with the program
Teenage
here.
girls have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Coming up next year on Live Before Consumer Reports helps us pick the best insect repellents.
And then coming up next hour at 5, the bus routes in Madison changed this week. We'll take a look at what differences have been made. That's coming up tonight at 5.
Plan your trip on Metro Transit's newly redesigned service. Visit mymetrobus.com, call 608-266-4466, or look for ride guides and yellow vests out on the streets.
If you have heart disease and are on a statin, lowering cholesterol can be hard. And diets and exercise add to the struggle. It can feel never-ending. But today, it's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio. Taken with a statin, Leqvio is proven to lower bad cholesterol by over 50%. So if you feel like you're getting nowhere, go with 2 doses a year of Leqvio and keep bad cholesterol low. Common side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. When you're ready to go from struggle to cholesterol success, talk to your doctor about twice-yearly Leqvio to help you lower your cholesterol. Lower, longer, Leqvio.
Rider Chip, just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco. This is how legends
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Plan your trip on Metro Transit's newly redesigned service. Visit mymetrobus.com, call 608-266-4466, or look for ride guides and yellow vests out on the streets.
New at 5, major overhaul for Wisconsin's alcohol industry. New legislation promises stricter enforcement and updated regulations. How this could impact craft brewers across the state.
We're expecting those showers to be ending once we get into the later parts of our evening, setting the stage for some more quiet weather as we head into our Wednesday. We're going to be tracking some warmer temperatures. We'll break it down tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, a miracle surgery saves a local baby's life. We hear from the parents on the incredible journey of baby Layla's first moments in the world. Tonight at 6.
Here's a live look from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Kind of cloudy out there. Hopefully a little more rain will fall this evening. Well, summer is almost here, which means vacations, backyard barbecues, beach days, and unfortunately, bugs.
Insect repellent, of course, is a great way to battle mosquitoes and ticks. But not all bug sprays are effective.
Consumer Reports put 53 repellents to the test, and Shane Hogan has more on the results.
How does sticking your arm in a cage filled with hundreds of hungry mosquitoes sound? Well, that's exactly what Consumer Reports has brave volunteers do. A standard dose of repellent is applied to test subjects' arms. After 30 minutes, they stick their arms into cages of 200 disease-free mosquitoes for 5 minutes, and testers count every time a mosquito lands on their arm or bites.
Oh, there's blood.
The process is then repeated until the repellent fails or until 8 hours has passed.
A repellent fails our test if a mosquito bites twice in one 5-minute session, or if there's one bite in each of 2 consecutive 5-minute sessions.
Now, while those mosquitoes in these tests are disease-free, the ones you'll encounter might not be.
Mosquitoes and ticks can spread serious bug-borne diseases like Lyme disease and West Nile virus. And using an effective insect repellent is one really good way of reducing your risk of contracting those diseases.
Keyword there is effective. CR's test found that many of the most effective repellents in fighting against mosquitoes and ticks contain 25 to 30% DEET as its active ingredient. 2 repellents CR recommends: 3M Ultrathon Insect Repellent 8 and Ben's Tick and Insect Repellent Wilderness Formula Pump, both excelled in protection. Properly applying the repellent is just as important as the kind you use. Follow the directions on the label and use a thin coat on all exposed skin. You can also spray on top of your clothes, but don't apply under your clothing. This is Shane Hogan.
And if you're wary of DEET, CR test found that some repellents that contain 20% picaridin or 30% oil of lemon eucalyptus were effective as well.
I have the sweet blood.
I do too, and I'm allergic to it. I get welts.
Yep. If you have I think you have O blood, O positive blood. That's their favorite.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a bad summer for mosquitoes.
If it ever rains.
Take good care. Right.
They're not going to come out. They're not going to hatch with no water.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
Yes. Wisconsin, like most states, is in the middle of a health emergency.
The death rate from fentanyl is skyrocketing in Wisconsin. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff joins us next with the troubling numbers and what can be done about fentanyl when Live at 4 continues.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeofHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Everybody wants a wider smile because having white teeth projects self-care, confidence, and attractiveness. Whether you're on the dating scene, interviewing for a new job, or simply looking to improve your smile, what you need is Power Swabs. Power Swabs is as easy as snap, swab, and smile. You'll notice 2 shades whiter teeth in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days.
The thing I love about Power Swabs is the convenience. I mean, just you break it open, just rub it on your teeth, just like you're brushing your teeth, let it sit there for a little bit, and you're done.
So I noticed I have a lot more stains on the sides right here. So with the Power Swab, I was able to go in there and really make sure that I was getting that coverage, and it really did work.
Just snap the stain out swab to remove stains from natural teeth as well as caps, crowns, and veneers. Then snap the whitening swab to whiten your teeth 6 shades in 7 days. Finally, smile and show off your pearly whites.
It's 5 minutes in the morning and I'm out the door, and it's amazing. It's a week's worth of 5 minutes a day, and I couldn't be happier with the results.
With Power Swabs, there's no messy strips, trays, or lights that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Whether you smoke or drink coffee, tea, or wine, Power Swabs is sure to lift those stains with 0 to minimal sensitivity. Just a simple 5-minute application, and each day you'll be 1 step closer to smiling with confidence.
Having shades lighter on my teeth in such a short period of time, it almost feels like cheating, to be honest with you, and it tickles me that you can get those kind of results in that short a time period.
Try Power Swabs today and get 50% off your order and free shipping. Plus, get a free Quick Stick pen to remove those coffee, wine, or smoking stains on the go. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeofHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Yeah, we had some traffic overall, the Beltline, not many slowdowns expected. We did have a crash earlier about an hour ago on 151 downtown that had closed it, but it looks like everything is back open there. We do have another slowdown really for the construction zone going down to 18 and further south, so that's been backed up all the way almost to the Beltline 2 overall, but still no issues to speak of. Crashes up to the north to speak of the interstate, and if we go further south towards Janesville, everything looks good there too. Don't forget there's some rain this evening, something to be in mind of, some slick roads. Other than that, it should be good to go, you guys.
All right, thank you, Greg. Well, this duck made a new home at a grocery store garden center in Minnesota. Employees say the mallard showed up one day in May and laid eggs. It's been there ever since, waiting for the little ones to pop out of their shells. The workers here just love her.
Oh, that's so sweet. This is the best time of the year coming up.
Just in the middle of
Make way for them.
Yep.
Here they come. Well, heart disease and cancer in the U.S., men are more likely than women to suffer from these conditions.
But many of them can be prevented. Urologist Scott Lundy with Cleveland Clinic says there's no way to prevent health conditions like cancer or heart disease, but healthy habits can lower the risk. Getting preventative screenings is critical. One Cleveland Clinic survey found 63% of men of color reported not getting regular health screenings. Lundy said it may be due to limited access to care or medical mistrust.
When it comes to diseases like prostate cancer, for example, Black men have more aggressive disease, a longer delay between diagnosis and treatment, and ultimately higher mortality.
Lundy says many men develop erectile dysfunction over their lifetime, and he says this can be an indicator of something more serious, which is why it's important to talk to your doctor even about sensitive subjects. Well, a new report from Forward Analytics, a Wisconsin-based research group, shows our state is in the middle of an epidemic of drug overdoses.
The crisis is being driven largely by illegal fentanyl.
It's now, listen to this, the #1 killer of Wisconsin residents ages 25 to 54. UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jeff Potoff is here with more on that. That statistic is stunning, the death rate in Wisconsin, #1.
Yeah, I think if you go to a large group of people and you say, what's the #1 killer in Wisconsin for adults aged 25 to 54, some people will say trauma, they'd be wrong. Some people might say cancer, heart disease, they'd be wrong. It's opiate overdose. That's the #1 killer of people 25 to 54 in Wisconsin.
What is fentanyl and why is it so dangerous?
So fentanyl belongs to a class of medication called opiates, and opiates go way back. Heroin is probably the one folks are familiar with, and it was a a drug that's used to treat pain, and we use fentanyl in hospitals to treat severe pain. But what's happened is a lot of the illicit drugs coming from all over the world are laced with fentanyl. Fentanyl is a very, very powerful opiate. A very small amount can reduce your drive to breathe such that you stop breathing and you asphyxiate to death. And that's what we're seeing in our communities and communities around the country, are folks dying from inadvertently taking medication or a drug that they didn't know was contaminated with so much fentanyl that it would kill them.
And why is it finding its way into all these drugs?
Yeah, I think, because it's easy and cheap to manufacture in illicit laboratories around the world. So it's easy to get these into illicit substances. And if you're addicted to opiates, a little bit helps with that, as far as that's what you're looking for when you're looking for the drug. But it's not regulated like a drug would be in a hospital. Sometimes these things contain many, many times more fentanyl than you could possibly survive. And people unwittingly don't know that. They take it and they die.
Can you smell it or taste it? Is it always in a pill form, or it's very...
Yeah, odorless, colorless, can't taste it, can be in a liquid pill form. It could be in anything. It's really hard to know.
And how quickly do the symptoms come on and take over?
A lot of it depends on how people take it, but if they inject it or if they snort it, we're talking a matter of minutes. And it's why you see a lot of communities having Narcan, which is the antidote for opiates, easily available. It's oftentimes not quick enough to have an ambulance or EMS with Narcan. That Narcan needs to be with that person when they overdose, and someone else would likely need to be able to administer it, or it's too late. By the time EMS gets there, you may have suffered brain damage, or you may just be dead.
Yeah, it's terrible. Speaking of injections, there's a new injection for babies.
Yeah, this is there's an advisory panel that just approved a medication, an injection for infants that reduces by 75% their likelihood of getting severe RSV. We've been talking about RSV a lot this last year. For older folks, there's some vaccines out there. This is the first thing we have for infants. It's not a vaccine. It doesn't train your body to make antibodies and provide durability, but we inject those antibodies into the infant, provides that good protection for a good number of months when they're little and really susceptible, and it's already approved in Canada, Europe. I think it's likely we'll see it here. Good news for parents with young kids. RSV hopefully will be less of a threat to them in the future.
Yeah, it was a bad year last year. Do you think it could happen as soon as this winter, possibly?
I think we could see this FDA approved by this winter. That would be great.
That's exciting news.
Yeah.
Good to end on a good note.
There you go.
Yeah.
Modern medicine moving forward.
There we go.
Doctor, thanks for being with us today. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
New Dove Men Body Wash gives you 24 hours of nourishing micro moisture. That means your skin still feels healthy and smooth now, and now too. Get healthier, smoother feeling skin all day.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
The new T-Box event and dining room with private bar is there waiting for you at Vitense Golfland. 2 large HD TVs are available for viewing, meetings, and casual gatherings. Private bar is available for any type of event. No meeting can compare with adding activities at Vitense Golfland. Enjoy indoor-outdoor miniature golf suites, and golf and multi-sport simulators. Add chocolate shop ice cream. As our sign says, ice cream solves everything. Infuse life and fun into your meetings and events at Vitense Golfland.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
New at 5, major overhaul for Wisconsin's alcohol industry. New legislation promises stricter enforcement and updated regulations. How this could impact craft brewers, retailers, and consumers across the state. Coming up in just a few minutes. Madison Mallards Baseball brings you a night of fireworks on the base paths. And after the game is over, don't miss the Mallards' next fireworks night, Friday, June 16th against the Lakeshore Chinooks. Get your tickets today. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
We'll have the light rain come to an end here from west to east this evening. Otherwise, we're going to see cloud cover decrease as you get towards tomorrow morning. Temperatures should fall back into the 50s for most locations. We'll start off tomorrow, partly sunny skies. Temperatures definitely warmer to the southwest, mid to upper 80s, 80 around Madison, and cooler to the east with some cloud cover, maybe a shower late afternoon or in the evening. Otherwise, temperatures pretty mild through this weekend and then may begin to heat up next week. We do have a chance of rain coming this Father's Day weekend, but right now it's not a complete washout, but something to keep in mind of you guys.
All right, good. Thanks. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, what's next for former President Trump now that he's officially been charged with 37 felonies?
And it's time to relax. CBS travel reporter Wendy Gillette looks at the growing trend of wellness vacations. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
If you're a homeowner looking to make improvements to your home this spring, there's a product now available in your area that's going to save you thousands of dollars on your home's most important investment, your roof. Roof rejuvenation from Greener Shingles will add 5 to 15 years of life to your existing roof without having to go through an expensive roof replacement. I'm here with Russell Beckham, and he's a local authorized dealer of Greener Shingles that's helping homeowners save big money with roof rejuvenation. Russell, explain the roof rejuvenation process from Greener Shingles.
Roof rejuvenation is the process of reintroducing the protective qualities back into asphalt shingles, such as the flexibility, the granular adhesion, and also adding resistance to hail impact.
That's pretty amazing. Call now for a free roof inspection and see if your roof qualifies for roof rejuvenation from your local authorized dealer of Greener Shingles. The number is on the screen right now, but don't just take it from Russell and me. Listen to some of our happy customers.
I was just in the backyard the other day, doing yard work and stuff, and I can't help but to look at my roof because the way it looked before and the way it looks now is just unbelievable.
It appears we probably saved around $20,000 by doing this process.
Save money in 2023 by extending the life of your roof by 5 to 15 years.
Call the number on the screen right now for a free roof inspection and learn more about roof rejuvenation from your local Greener Shingles dealer. Call now.
In today's Final Touch, picking out a high school is usually one of the biggest life decisions for a 14-year-old.
For Kyron Quasi, it's finding a job after graduating college. Kyron is set to be the youngest graduate in Santa Clara University history. His genius journey started early, entering community college at the age of 9 before the transition to SCU 2 years later. Kyron will be graduating with degrees in computer science and engineering. What's next for him? He's headed to work for SpaceX.
Wow.
14.
That's pretty impressive. Good luck to him.
Good luck to him. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now.